Gracious. Hello, people. I just got choked. Excuse me.
Hey.
Hi. I'm really battling a cold here. So if I'm snotting, I'm sorry.
Oh, I think it's just that time of the year.
Yeah, well, you know something? Like yesterday it's 60 degrees, and today it is cold and it is snowing everywhere.
No, it's snowing?
Yes, snowing.
That's crazy because it's warm and sunny here.
It's insane here. Hello,
Wow.
everybody. It's so good to see everybody in here. I really appreciate it. So, today we're just going to go over a few different things. It's probably not going to be that long of a live. I say that every time, and it ends up being 3 hours. So, we'll hopefully it won't be. But, yeah, Star, I know allergies. It's something this time of year. Teddy bear, you don't have to rub it in. You're 78 degrees in Florida. Must be nice. I'm just kidding. Really appreciate you guys being here today. The only thing I ask is just please be respectful in your comments. And if you believe something and it's not been proven, that you would put in my opinion or allegedly. Something that's very important. We don't want um something twisted and to be something that it's not. Excuse me. So, um, we you know, the big thing with Jose and everything. Um, Last week, myself and Jose contact Chris Medina from the interview room, and he did get back with. He emailed me back. He called Jose, and tomorrow I am really happy to say that Jose will be doing a one-on-one interview with Chris. And it is also to help um, really set the record straight on what is fact and what is hearsay and what some people put out that is false, just more, false. And um, how it can be very dangerous to do something like that. That's the last thing that YouTube creators, in my opinion, should be doing is, um, we're in this genre, we should be trying to, yes, we should be exposing bad and things that has happened, which I will do here in a little bit. But what we shouldn't do is make sure that we know the person is that's charged with this or whatever. Kiersey RN, she would like a link to the membership, and thank you, appreciate it. Um, so yes, I believe it's 7 p.m. tomorrow, and Chris has all the information by far. And I'm really excited to see Chris do this interview with Jose. I think I see you are too.
I really am, yes.
Uh,
And, you know, honestly, that was the first interview I have ever done. And I think I was so shocked when I finally got the reply that I was just, I don't know. I wish, we always wish we could have done better, right?
well, I mean, we're new kids on the block, and it's I think we did a fantastic job myself, and most people have been very supportive, except a few people, which there will always be, and there will be this even after Chris has done the interview. But I wanted to show. I think it will help show that, I'm not going to twist anything for anybody or set a narrative ever,
Ever. No.
for nobody. So, hey, Mountain Girl, good to see you, hun. Hey, what did that say? Hey, guys, got ball rolling and did an excellent job. Thank you, Amber. So sweet. Appreciate you, hun. So yeah, be sure to watch that interview tomorrow with Chris at 7 p.m. So that being said, does anybody know about Frank Light? Excuse me, I need to, because we did find some more information on Frank Light. I will be the first to tell you I have no idea who or what happened to Summer Wells. I have no idea, because as we know that there are so many shady people around this case, and it's just a flat out mystery to us. Now, we don't have all of the information that, yes, and we're going to show that, Lunas. We don't have all the information that obviously law enforcement has. We can't go look at someone's pings on their telephone or anything like that. But we did find information on Frank Light. And I also found some information regarding some parents in the area who was selling their child to a ring, a T ring, trafficking. I don't want to say that. I just said it, but oh well. But and I wanted to cover that, and it means KP. It means registered blank offend. I don't know.
Very good.
So register blank. So yes, they'll drop my email in the chat there for sure. So yeah, it's crazy. It really seems like every person that I've interviewed, talked to privately, asked questions to, every single one of them have some type of criminal history at some point in their life. Like Jose's, it was 23, 24 years ago. Nevertheless, it is a criminal record. With Andrew, he has a criminal record. I can actually show you guys some stuff on that if y'all would like to. If you would like to hear that, just let me know in the chat, and I'll show that today as well. But again, his was from years ago too. I don't know if he's had anything in the last few years or anything, but I did find an article with that as well. So just let me know if you guys would want to know about an article I found about Andrew. We'll look over that as well. Thank you, Team Rose. Good to see you, hun. Okay, you guys want to see that? This is Andrew of H's dad. Okay. What a neighborhood it is. I'm telling you. I've been. All right, well, I'll just show you the Andrew one first. I've got two different. Yes, that's the truth. Yeah. Okay, I'll just let me see. You guys want to see the one about Andrew? Okay, I'll show you. I see you. You want to say anything?
I Right now, I'm just listening and waiting to comment on what you show. And
Oh,
my laptop shut down.
thank you, Hopi. Of course it. That's the way it happens when you're live. Never
Mm-hmm.
fails. Thank you, Hopi. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here. Okay, so we'll show the one about Andrew first, I guess.
But there's so much.
There's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But Andrew says he has a stalker. Wow. Thank you. I hear circus music. Appreciate your super chat. Frank White has church videos on his Facebook, and when Candace has asked if she knew of it, she was too scared to speak of it. Really? It's very interesting.
Yes, sir. Church. Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why a lot of them lie. And like I said, I really think a lot of times people, thank you, Kimmy Jean. I think a lot of people make up answers because they don't want to either let you down, or they think you're expecting an answer from them, when it's okay to say I don't remember. I would rather someone say, hey, I don't remember, rather than making up a lie, because it actually, or making up an answer, because it makes you actually look worse in the true crime community. Just say, hey, you know what, I don't know, I don't remember, don't recall. But it's human behavior nonetheless.
Well, I mean, they need to understand if you're being asked a question,
We're going to look into it.
we're going to look into it. I'm going to tell you what shoe size you're wearing before the end of it.
Yes.
I'm going to try to anyway.
That's right. You betcha. First, I'm going to let, I'll show you guys this thing on Andrew real quick. I'm going to let this computer read it for you. So, can y'all see this? Okay. Oh, wrong one. So this is from 2010. And I see you, if you don't mind muting it, I'll have it read it off. Let me know if you guys can hear this or if there is an echo.
A 19-year-old man was beaten and robbed while he was lost in the woods off of North Grand Street in Cobleskill last Wednesday, said the Cobleskill Village Police. 2 men were arrested early Thursday morning and charged with robbery in connection with the incident. Police said they received a 911 call from the man, who is from Schenectady, at about 6:30 p.m. reporting that he was lost in the woods in the vicinity of 335 North Grand Street. He said he was led into the woods by 3 men, who then assaulted him and forcibly took money and property from him, police said. Police said that over $1,000 and some clothing items were taken from the man. The incident is not believed to be drug-related. The man was located by a responding patrol unit and was transported to Cobleskill Regional Hospital by the Cobleskill Ambulance Squad, police said. The man suffered minor injuries and was treated and released. The victim, police said, reported that 3 men got him lost in the woods, and then 2 of them began hitting him with tree branches, striking him in the head, arm, chest, and leg. The 2 then demanded that the victim give him his money and threatened to kill him. The victim gave them his cash and some clothing items. The victim then fled through the woods and called 911 from a cell phone, police said. The suspects were subsequently identified and located within a short period of time, police said, riding in a car in the village. They were brought to the police station and questioned, police said. An investigation led to the recovery of some of the victim's clothes at the suspect's home, in addition to the recovery of the proceeds believed to have been bought by the suspects with the money taken from the victim. Police said they arrested Andrew Hiltz, 22, of Gloversville, and Matthew Harrell, 25, of Cobleskill on charges of third-degree robbery at about 12:40 a.m. on Thursday. The 2 men were arraigned in Cobleskill Village Court, and sent to jail in lieu of $2,500 cash bail or $5,000 bond to return to court on April 6 for further proceedings. The other man was not a participant in the woods and has not been charged at this time, police said. The investigation is continuing at this time.
Okay. So I just now did. I'll put the links down in the description for that. There is also another article that basically says the same thing. Tells police he was beaten, robbed in Cobbleskills Woods. The victim told police he had led into the woods about 6:30 p.m. and then was beaten with 3 tree branches. And it shows right here, this is Andrew Hiltz, 22 of Gloversville. This was back in 2010. And I did put the links to those articles down in the description.
So they led this guy into the woods and beat the crap out of him
and threatened to
with
kill
tree
him.
branches for money.
Yes, they threatened to kill him. Allegedly. So, yeah, I mean, it was 2010. It's been a long time. Yes, he does look much older. But, I mean, it doesn't mean he's that person anymore. I'm not saying that you know, that is him anymore. But it did sound premeditated, in my opinion, too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, it did say they lured him into the woods.
I mean, if you lure someone, you know, that is premeditated.
Right. Well, that was my best Candace voice, by the way.
It was. Yeah. Oh my Andrew, what you saying about Mr. Innocent now? You know, so that, I mean, this is just what I'm saying. It's like everybody around this case has a criminal history, and you know, it's, what do you do? What do you do in this?
Well, I definitely would keep. I mean, I wouldn't be talking, you know,
Right.
about things that other people have done. I mean,
Absolutely.
I think I would just keep my mouth shut.
Well, yeah, I mean, whenever, you know, you've had this going on, you know, and other stuff as well. Let him know that to check his email. Okay. I'll look at it. Yes, Mountain Girl. Hold on, let me just check something real quick. Yes, I did for that somebody that just emailed me, I did know that. I have all the information on that. Yeah. Relating to someone in Andrew's family. I see you. You probably get it. What I'm talking about.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yes, and
go ahead.
I sent you a screenshot earlier of where just back in December, he commented on a post from his family. It included the female, Andrew, and the Joshua Hilt. And he said,
Mhm.
"Oh, I don't know him. I've never heard of him, blah, blah, blah." Well, you talked to him on Facebook.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Thank you, Versi. Thank you for this $5 super sticker. Appreciate you, hun. Thank you for being here. Yes. Well, when you was doing the background search, it said when we was looking that person up, like the top 3, it said that would be, affiliated was Andrew was one of them.
Right. I mean, I think they have the same father, but different mothers.
Mhm.
And the female is the sister to Joshua
Mhm.
by the stepmother. Like Joshua and the female have the same mother and father, and then Andrew has they have the same father as Andrew. That's so mixed up, but yeah.
Nicely done. Thank you. Andrew and Jeff mentioned a possible lawsuit. Do you think they could have given money to someone like the Wells to purchase land? They said it was a rent to own. Were they scammed? Question mark. I would like to know, because they say that there is a possible, or there is a lawsuit going on about this home, wherever this home is, alleged home.
Right. And I have not been able to find anything out.
I
Like
haven't found
there's no
anything.
court records
Yes,
anywhere.
there's nothing that's been filed that we see at all. Yes. Danger was placed by parents and yeah, I agree. Facebook said. Listen, Jose said that Candace was trying to sell the land, the property, because Grandis had told Candace that they could just sell it and get a little apartment in Johnson City or something. Yeah. Well, I mean, Miss Kate, you have every right to disagree with any of us, but there are facts and dates and stuff around a lot of this, and that facts cannot be, facts are facts. And just, you know, um, you can have your opinions and stuff on anything, but there are concrete facts that we all have to take into account with a lot of things, anything that we're searching.
Now look, if you don't believe Chris McDonough and Steve Johnson, I don't think you would believe anybody.
Well, if you do believe anybody else, I would
Right.
question who that would be and the motive behind it personally, but that's just me. I heard the bank has a lien on the property, still having all these people. Okay. All right. So now let's look a little bit into. Oh, I need to pull that up, actually. Okay. Let me download that so I can have it. Did you send me another? How many emails did you send me? I see you.
About 30.
Today?
Yeah. Um, let's see. Which one are you looking for? And I'll tell you where it is.
Oh, I just saw that picture of Summer. That really breaks my heart.
The Christmas picture?
Yep.
Yeah. Look at her little hands.
Yes. Poor baby. Poor baby.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible. All right, here we go. So let's talk about Frank Light.
Let's do it.
Kingsport man indicted on child P charge. Are you guys searching under Jeffy's name? Not the same as Andrew's, right? How do you want to answer that?
Yes, I've checked under Jeffrey's name.
I did not under your scars, no. Yes, big trigger warning. Thank you, Bed Girl. Okay, I made the whole video about Andrew. Streamed it in. With his family. Yes, okay. So, Kingsport man indicted on child P charges. And this is Frank Light. Right here. Kingsport, more than 50 images of child P, the police said were discovered on a thumb drive, have led to the arrest of a Kingsport man. Frank Edward Light, 45, was taken into custody Monday on a warrant for this of a minor. A Sullivan County grand jury presented indictment charges for him on March 16th. The Kingsport Police Department worked the case and was alerted to the images in December of last year, according to the Sullivan County Assistant District Attorney Julia Cantor. A third party initially made the discovery and contacted authorities. At this time, Light was reportedly staying with the individuals at the Kingsport residence following his Monday arrest by the KPD. He was transported to the Sullivan County Jail in, is it Blounteville? Blounteville, where, oh yeah, it is, okay, where his address was listed as homeless. Okay.
Really?
Yes. Now, so let me find something here. Hold on. Oh crap. It just keeps going back to the same damn thing. Hold on 1 second. Okay. So we do have some more information. Oh, wrong one. We'll get to that one in a minute. Sorry. I have no words. It is all so disturbing. Yes. Bluntville. Okay. Thank you, Ginger. Yes, it was where Evelyn Boswell was found. My understanding is the lights and the hills are related. Michelle After Dark. It's I always heard it's the hills, but the likes and the dikes. Is it dikes? Something like that. We do have some information some his actual charge papers, I guess you would say, right?
Right. The police report.
Yes. Okay. Give me a second. Can you see that? Okay. And this is the actual police report of the Kingsport Police Department. And thumb drive, computer hardware, software, 1. Property status, 1. Computer hardware, software, 1. Portable comms, all phones, pagers, PDAS, Blackberries. So I guess they took his phone too. And computer hardware, software here. So the computer, cell phone, thumb drive is what they took.
What's the date on that one?
This one I think is from 2015.
Okay, because I'm on the registry
Uh-huh.
and it says he's got sex of a minor,
Uh-huh.
4/18/2016 convicted. Then there's another charge, it looks like, for 17/2018, and it doesn't say anything. Like,
So did he do it again?
yeah,
This is why these people cannot be rehabilitated. This is why.
and I just found where he has I told you earlier, he had Utah tags on a
Yes.
vehicle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, guys, listen to this. Listen to this. Frank Light, with our reporting that we have shown that he had Utah state tags as well at some point. I don't know when, but just still, I don't know if it's just very weird. Do you have that information? I see you.
It's on the registry.
Okay.
I don't think I can screenshot it and get it to you from my laptop.
Can you send me the link?
Yes, I can.
How about that? You can put it in private chat maybe too, if that's easier. We'll see if that works.
Okay.
So yes. Oh, these people, God. They cannot. This is the reason we have a registry for these sick individuals. They cannot be rehabilitated. Is he registered in Utah as well? I don't think so. Is he? I see you.
It just says Tennessee.
Absolutely. Frank Light's wife contacted Chasing Truth that she said he could. It's very possible. I mean, this thing could be, when we were down in Tennessee, someone told us that this is much bigger than what we could understand. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's crazy. Did you send that? I see you. I'm just waiting for that. I'm going to try to read this if my nasally voice can get through it. When 12/19/15, Officer Dunworth and I responded to the 415 Allen Drive, apartment 102, in reference to possible child P. Officer Dunworth and I met with Michael, who advised that Frank Light is the brother-in-law and had been staying at his residence for approximately 2 weeks. Mr. I don't even know how to say his last name, stated that his wife, Annie, Mr. Light's sister, was putting up some of Mr. Light's laundry and located the 2 thumb drives that Mr. We'll just say Mr. C, thought had a video of them from their mother's funeral. Miss C looked at the thumb drive and saw images of what she believed to be of younger C. Miss Younger chilled, I'll just say that. Miss C contacted Mr. C, who contacted the police. I spoke with Mr. Light, who advised there were images of young, who, on the thumb drive. I lost my spot. Mr. Light agreed to come to the police station with them to give them a statement. I brought the 2 thumb drives with me to the station. Once at the police station, Detective Martin Taylor responded out and took a statement. Oh, hold on. Okay. Sorry. And took where did I lost my spot? I had to put her back on. And took a written statement of Mr. and Mrs. C's at the residence. Officer Dunworth brought the statement, a tablet, a phone to the station. Officer Dunworth gave the statement to the Detective Taylor and turned the phone and tablet over to me. I placed the tablet, phone, and thumb drive into KPD evidence. Mr. Light was released pending further investigation per Assistant DA William Harper. They shouldn't have released him, in my opinion, because what if there was so much more evidence that he could have destroyed?
Oh, I agree. And this is also the same person that Lawson had him searching for Summer on horseback.
Say that again?
Yeah, Ronnie Lawson had Frank Light out searching for Summer on horseback.
Man, it's crazy. That is crazy. But did you send that to me?
I did. It's in private chat.
Okay. Here. Let me see here. Stop sharing. Okay. Let me see if I can open it up. Not a robot. Oh, I gotta select boats. Okay. Crap. Go back to here. All right, here is Frank Light offered a offender against. Here is his description. But it also states, well, it says that this was the date of offense, 2015. Okay, look at this, guys. Look at this. Hold on. Get my camera back on. Look at this. Vehicle 2015 gray Toyota RAV4 sports utility vehicle tag, and then it's got Utah. Can you see that? Let me see if I can zoom it up a little bit. Can y'all see that? I see you.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay.
And I've run that plate before, and it doesn't give me any search results on it. But clearly, I mean, he was updated March the 1st. So, I mean, that's still good information.
It's just weird how both of these people would, you know, both of them living in this little dead, you know, in this area would, I don't know. Very interesting.
Okay. People in chat are saying it was the wrong Frank light on the horse. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, duly noted. We retract that. Oh, I think there's a Frank Light that's a police officer, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
Yeah. Sucks to have the same name. You know.
No doubt.
And this one's got from 4/18/16, 4/18/16, 4/17/18. It's very weird.
And that 18 looks like it's still open.
Yes. He registered 3/1/22. So it's not even been a month. How often are they required to
Once a year.
just once a year?
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Sick bastards. It's crazy. I just don't get it. I do not get it. Let me find this other thing with Frank Light. Maybe. And also we have his yeah, you know, I really want to know why does he have a vehicle with Utah license plate?
I would love to know why.
It just doesn't feel right, you know, it just doesn't. What is this? This is his marriage. So did his wife leave him after this?
Yes.
Good for her.
Mm-hmm.
Good for her. Let's see here. Sherry Lynn. So they were married, what, about 6 years? 5 years?
To be honest, I didn't pay any attention to that part.
What do you guys think about this? Let me read some of your comments. Conspiracies are overrated, in my opinion. Well, they may be overrated, but you know, I mean, I'm just saying, if you know, if my kid was missing, God forbid, I would want to know who the SA people involved are around here, and you know, it's sketchy.
Well, I mean, no doubt. Even if, I mean, I just want to know anyway. You know, I want to know who my neighbors are.
To protect your kids, you know, the neighbors
Yes.
around you.
Mm-hmm.
So he is remarried. I don't know if he's remarried. I mean, would somebody marry someone like that after that?
Oh, well, sure. Of course they would. Well,
Frank Light has the same necklace. I would want to know every. Yes, exactly. Exactly. You need to know about who these. Thank you, Barbie. Appreciate you, hun. Candace Wood. Another sicko baby. Yeah. But I live in a tiny town, and all over the border with trees, there are signs that says this is not AR sanctuary. Turn around, leave now. Good. Good. They're everywhere. Everywhere. I don't get these. I just don't get it. Don't get it. But guys, I did want to show you guys another thing that we had found, and this is do you guys remember how Jose was talking about, hey Doug, good to see you. Do you guys
Hey,
remember?
drop the link for Doug, please, if you don't
Sure,
mind.
sure. For Doug. Let Doug come on up. You guys can drop Doug's link in there as well. Doug is a good guy, and even in the face of all of this, he makes you laugh. Thank
Oh
you,
my
Lord
gosh,
Spirit.
he's hilarious.
Yes, thank you. Hey, Lori, can you show your face if that's you? Okay, he fell back down, I guess. Zoom in on his necklace, and it's the same as Dawn's. What does that mean? Hold on. I'll zoom in on his necklace. Okay, Lori, you're good.
Hey guys.
Hey, Lori.
Hey, Lori.
Hey. Just let me know when you guys are done because I have a couple questions that we need to go over. Just some things I've seen in the chat.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you mean? That necklace right there? Is that what you're referring to? I don't understand. Is Doug coming up?
I'm asking now if he needs another link. I hope so.
I'll drop it again. There is. Do you guys remember how Jose was talking about how Don and other people would say he would go to a next town over? Looks different from Don and Candace's. Okay. How he would go and he would, spend 2 weeks with his computer starting up a couple of minutes. Okay. How he would spend time in these crack houses and Candace would drag him out at sometimes and all that.
Mm-hmm.
There was another. Oh my God, guys, I'm sorry. I sound horrible. I sound like the nanny, Fran Drescher. Oh, God. Okay. It's all in fun. Here. All right. Federal jury convicts Johnson City man of selling daughter into P ring. Mother pleaded guilty in 2014. She had already pled guilty, and then they had gotten this man. Is there this many rings around this area in East Tennessee, or is there this many offenders and people selling their children? It's even hard to say. Ronnie Lee McCall, 63, and his wife, Connie McCall, were both charged in a 4-count indictment that I hear a doggy, charged him with selling of a child by parents, production of child P, production of child P by parents, Ronnie McCall faces up to 30 years in federal prison with no chance of parole. Good for them. He sentenced hearing scheduled for June 6th. At one point in the case, Ronnie McCall was found incompetent to stand trial but hold on, is that Doug? Okay. Dougie,
Hello.
what's up?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Nice to you.
Hey,
Thank you for the invite. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
well,
Hello.
thank you for coming.
What's going on?
Hi, Lori. Good to see Lori as well.
Ooh,
Nothing. My kids are actually. They just got. Well, they're in a different country right now. My kids are on vacation. Let me shut my.
nice.
Yeah. So I have the weekend off of baseball and everything. So I slept in today. I had a late show last night. So. Yeah, I'm refreshed and I'm excited to be listening to you guys talk about Summer Wells today.
What do you what's going on with you, Doug? Like, what do you think? Do you think there's going to be some changes soon in this case?
I really think we're getting close because if we look at the Barry Morphew case and Larry Millette case,
Yep.
the Maya Millette case, it took 9 months for Maya Millette, right, to get Larry
Yes.
under circumstantial evidence. And then we got, it took about 12, 13 months for Barry. And that's even iffy because Barry seems like he's kicking our ass right now.
I'm afraid he's going to get off.
He seems like his money and his plan of attack. I mean, that's an iffy one to me. So we gotta take into account that we got one shot.
That's
right?
it. That's
We
exactly
got
right.
one shot. Well, one shot, and if we screw it up, that's why you don't see these arrests for like the negligent charges or these small little ones. Like they really threw the book at Don for this probation violation. For the
So they
DUI,
gave him
right?
the max.
Yeah, I mean that's all of his shenanigans added up, right? They
Right.
added up everything that they could and threw it into that probation violation because they don't want to start, throwing shit against the wall and see what's going to stick because then
Yeah.
you're going to lose the case. So,
Yeah.
the West Boys, like Layla's saying, the West Boys is a great example of they have a slam dunk case, I believe, on those
I think they'll be
those
fine.
parents. Yeah, and that
Um,
makes me happy because that was a big case to me. So, that makes me happy. But I have a really good feeling that they're starting to break. We see the crumbling, right? We see the lawyering up. We see the stories, the shenanigans again are starting on Candace's side.
Yes.
She's like a little Benny now. I don't mean to. She is. She with a Rod Stewart looking ass haircut. You know, she got the holler mullet. You know what I mean? I heard actually Don just sent me something. Robert Ducky, you're the one. Bob and I had so much fun in the bathtub.
So does he have somebody that's feeding him information? Does he even know what's going on?
I'm sure people have written him long-winded letters, right?
Right. I hope so.
That never gets old, to be honest with you. Oh, you got to laugh at these people, man, because they're so incredibly they're on like 00 tweaker. They think they're 007s, undercover tweaker agents. We have all these characters. They need capes and masks. They're just super douchebags, basically.
And they don't even know it. That's the thing. They don't even know it.
No, they think that they think it's a good plan. Like I'm gonna turn this light switch on and it's gonna flush my toilet and open my front door. Like it's
Yes.
you got this plan that just doesn't make sense. Right? And these phones,
Mhm.
what does this phone really matter compared to all these people that are lying?
Right. Well, yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
I mean, and this would be the phone that they would have because it was an iPhone. It would have to have been after December, right?
For
They said they didn't get
meaning what?
their Thanksgiving.
I
The phone that they need to turn the phone in. That one.
Yeah, it was February 7th he went to jail. So he handed that over and Tim Mullins had it for 2 weeks. That phone.
that
Oh.
phone. You don't think that the TBI and the FBI and Hawkins County are all over their phones? Like they're up inside them.
Right.
Even if they're burner phones, but anytime you connect to their internet or their Wi-Fi, believe you me, those FBI and TBI are all over everything going on that phone while they're watching you through the other camera, right? Like
Yeah.
they know what's going on.
I'd never seen any significance personally about the phones because again, everything they even if they don't have it, they have the data, coming off of those phones and what's going in those phones.
Right,
And
and
they got
they're paying attention to what they're doing too, right? They've seen Dawn and Candace's behavior patterns also from when she went missing. Because Dawn actually told us he worked every day, but when she went missing, he didn't work for the first 2 months. He didn't leave the house. He didn't go work at all. I mean, he just stayed there, did drugs, and R&R'd up with Candace. And then said he was going to church. He didn't make it to church half the time he said he was going. He'd stay on live streams almost till 1 to 3 in the morning, all hammered, and there's no way he's making Sabbath in the morning, for that. So like
Sabbath school.
Happy Sabbath, brother. Basically.
Doug, we'll never have another case like this again.
I hope not. I truly
I
hope not. I don't want it to go this long ever again. And
I
I don't want I don't want to be in public singing the DILDO song, and I don't want to be like someone says something to me. Somebody says something to me, I don't want to be like allegedly, basically. I don't, it just happens. I don't want to talk like Don anymore. It just sucks. I find myself even yelling at my kids that way. Don't break the fucking door, you fucking bitch. Like it just happens. They're not even near the door. It's just all I have.
Yeah.
My repertoire. So,
Oh, these people. I don't know.
yeah, there's nothing like having stuff in the yardo.
Yes, in the yardo. Did you get the dildo in the yardo?
Connected.
They
did. In the yard.
God. Well, do you think Don was? Do you think like he was the master? Like of
the planner.
The planner of all of this, because Grandis and Candace are now talking.
Grandis and Candace have been calling the cops on Don since what? October of 2020. They wanted Don gone for how long? Right? Don's on his way to a third strike, right? He may be the fall guy. I think really he's the pawn. I think they all think he's that dumb. Like she's that out of love with him and she's that done, and so is Grandis, and they need a backup plan. Right? I think Don would be a great fall guy, right?
Do you think they're starting to flip on each other?
Oh yeah. I mean, they were already broken up.
So. Yeah.
I think they're already cracking. That's why they lawyered up. Every one of them.
Do you think the breakup is real?
Between Don and Candace? That's what I debated.
Yeah.
I was debating that if that was going to be a plan that they, because she said early on, she's like, F Donnie. You know what I mean? I want to get this $110,000 foreclosure. F Donnie, I don't even care if he's listening. That's when he was out of jail. And so that's when it was kind of the plan, to the breakup fighting plan when they weren't really. But I believe that as soon as he was in jail and you got the, Grizzly Jesus calling dumbass Don, what does he like to eat? Basically, I only eat jail food. I really like the chili night,
Yeah.
The chili boat, or is that Bubba's chili boat?
Yeah, Bubba's.
Bubba. I gotta meet this Bubba guy. I don't even know.
And a lot of people talk about him, don't they?
Starting to get curious.
He's the jail Casanova.
But I believe, to answer your question, that Don is the fall guy. I think Don's a great. He's that guy who's he has stuck to the script, except when he gets really drunk, he throws in a few little truths. But he has STTS for sure. He stuck to the script on, the abduction. Right? I knew right away when I got home that Candace lost the baby. Like he's always blamed it. I used to leave the house and I'm worried if I came home that Summer'd be gone.
I always knew
Like,
something was going to happen to her,
right?
kind of thing. Yes, I
It,
always said that.
that's not a feeling that I've ever had when I left my kids with my ex or with my
I wouldn't have left
like,
my kids.
I
I would
wouldn't
never
have. Yeah,
leave
I
my
wouldn't.
kids if I
Oh,
thought something was going to happen to them.
ding, ding, ding. I mean,
You know,
honestly, like, I think Don though, like his coke and his hookers, and I think Don would stay away a couple days at a time. During the week, she'd do her thing, he'd do his thing. You know,
can you?
That's just a crazy life. I mean, I don't understand it. I would never want to live like that.
right?
I mean, there's just no structure in their life whatsoever. Just
Well, you know,
none.
look at those kids, man. They'll never know how to treat a wife or a girlfriend, right?
I
Like,
know.
put them up on a pedestal and know that you treat your lover or your significant other with not only you put them on a pedestal, right? I
Right.
love you. No N words, no DV, no nothing, right? And you show your kids what love is, right?
Right.
Show them how to treat other people, and you show them how you discipline, right? At bedtime, bath time, everything that's structured, right? That and animals even love the same, even though you may think they don't like it. Discipline
Oh,
and structure is a key in success in your kid's life, in your animal's life, or whatever
yes.
your own life, right?
Yes. And
So
it's a thing that you have to learn. Like I had in recovery and stuff, you have to
mhm,
learn to get a new routine, a new structure,
right.
and they don't have it. They just simply don't have it. I don't know if Candace is even capable, but I know Dawn and Grandis is. You know what I mean? Because I thought Candace, like, she's literally at a 13-year-old level.
Oh
At,
yeah,
at
mentality
best.
for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
I think of her as very reptilian. Just like whatever's in front of her, whatever. It just,
She's got a 14-year-old mentality and a personality of a bowling ball. I mean, she's got
yes.
all the qualities in the world that every quality that you'd want.
Yeah.
And Don can run around on stilts and throw dirty mud at people at the same time. That's another quality that you'd want. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Oh,
It's
talent.
terrible. I
Well,
don't know, man.
I hope there is never another case like this. But a matter of fact, if there's going to be a case at all, I guess there'd have to be some kind of angle to where we can make it a little bit brighter, a little bit more laughable, because you have to be able to digest this stuff. Otherwise, you're sad all the time, right?
It's very heavy. Sometimes you just have to step away for a day or two because
And
it
there,
can get very
and then
heavy.
if you do that, how do you feel when you step away for a day, right? You're like, damn, I got the anxiety of that. I need to be there to present, what I can. And and I've taken probably like 4 days off in the past 8 months, to be honest with you.
Oh
Um,
God.
but you're right. You're right. You have to step away sometime and even regather your thoughts, right? Because if you don't go back to the beginning, then you get caught up in this whole phone thing and a copy of a phone that really doesn't really play any effect in this case, right? It's a good red truck or a good blue blazer or blue van or a yellow car or a sighting or a scream, right? It's another deterrent. That's all it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody has been thrown under the bus in this case. It's like there's, with usually a case, there's like one, two, three suspects maybe, but at every point, somebody has been thrown off the bus. Don has blamed
Right.
and he's like, I know he did.
The Jezebels, the Mexican mafia, the bikers, uh, who else?
Cornbread Mafia.
Neighbors.
Neighbors, Cornbread Mafia, Andy, Jody Stewart,
McDonough.
Frank Light, Fred Hill. I mean, all the people that are still suspects, right? Tim Mullins was never a suspect, people. He was never a suspect. You guys
No,
made him a suspect
yeah, I mean, he
in your
was
own
just,
heads, in your own heads. But he was never on the suspect list or considered a suspect. So
well, I mean, you just met him at the prayer circle, like the second prayer thing or whatever.
he's a media guy, so what? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And so like he got his little foot in the door, right? And that's all that is, right? That's all that is. Tim doesn't have anything secret knowledge over anything. Either does Dum Dum, right? Who wears Candace's jeans that took 3 smoke breaks and 3 cough breaks just to get down that driveway. He's like, oh, I'm gonna be there in a minute. Oh,
God, he's coughing crazy, which I sound like him today. pretty much,
right?
but
Dude stopped every 12 seconds.
I tell you,
Running down the hill in Candace's jeans on backwards. I mean, come on. Like,
home jeans, the acid wash from the 1990s that came up to here.
you know they flooded. You know they drained that pool at the Holiday Inn right after those two got
Oh
out.
my
They're
God,
like, oh my
yes.
gentle Jesus.
They just flushed it. They set the hotel on fire.
Oh yeah, burn it to the ground. I mean, that's what they should do to that house. That's a great property they have. It's just a shitty house.
Oh, it's beautiful out there. Like, I've been there. It's beautiful. It's beautiful property and everything, but it's just what's there.
You just can't build a house out of spackle and bondo. It just doesn't stick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not something that works that way. You would think a guy that's doing high-end homes would be able to make his own home look semi-decent, right?
Right. Yeah. And I mean, it's just one of those things that, like, I get it. You work all day, but you also want to provide a good home for your family.
Right.
Clean and decent and everything else.
Yeah. Who do you think did it at this point? Are you focused still on well, let me find out. What is your opinion?
I mean, I have always thought that the parents are pretty much involved. I'm very torn with what happened that day. Like, I really want to go to Tennessee and just like do like the timeline, just like every second driving, which way.
That's the most important thing is the timeline, people.
Yes.
Who was there
Yes.
that day with her? Right? What
Yes.
times? All that.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense. I mean, 2 hours minimum is lost with Don.
2 to 4 hours, right? We're missing a whole 2 to 4 hours that day.
Yeah. 2 hours being very conservative. That's being very conservative. I did a thing the other day. It was like say it was, we did like a 30-mile, was it 30-mile radius that we did? And that's like,
Yes.
it takes you to, was it Johnson City? I think it was, I can't remember. But, it would be like a half an hour there, a half an hour to do whatever to allegedly a body, and then a
Right.
half an hour back. And that's like, I mean, even she's got to be in that ring somewhere. You know what I mean?
3 to 30 miles away,
Yes,
unless she was moved.
exactly.
Like by Grandis when she left to go see her
I know, I
brother,
can't get that
or
out of my head, Doug. I can't get that out of my head.
Mm-mm.
It's something
or
that's
it's
really
or
bothering me.
it's done. I mean, it's done could have been that, or that could have been nothing, right?
Yeah. It's
But I believe that if anything, she had been moved at least once.
yeah. On Duty Ron, on his channel, he was talking about what's their, I'm trying to think of their names that went down there and searched.
EquiSearch.
EquiSearch.
Yeah. And, he was talking about, so they couldn't move the bodies again and stuff like that. And that was, everybody kind of like grabbed onto that for a moment, wondering, has Summer been moved? Which, it's a very good possibility. I don't understand why a grandmother goes missing, whether it was pre-planned or not. Why would
She said she had a doctor's appointment that she had to go to in a different state, and then she was going to help her brother because he had an issue going on. And she got gone. Don even said she got gone right as it hit. I have it on my channel. It's a recording of him. He says she got gone right as it hit.
Yes, he said she was smart enough.
Yeah, to get gone.
That's what he
before.
said. He's like, she's smart enough to get out of here, something to that effect. I remember watching that one, but
She's like the madam. She's like the madam. She's like the one that would have been like selling out her daughters. Like, you know what I mean? Like, She seems like she's a madam to me, or Pat from Saturday Night Live, one of the two.
Right.
You don't know what she is when you look at her. You're like, it's Pat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I know Grandma has more testosterone than I do.
damn it! I can only imagine that lap ride all the way to South Carolina that Jose had to do. You know what I mean? I'm sure he
God.
had to lay in that lap all the way there.
Definitely. That's gonna be hard. Has a long ride, Jose, I'm sure.
She's like, Grandis would have been like,
You stay right down here.
I just see when she gets angry, she turns it on.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Latina. So glad your channel offered a true safe space. No profanity, rage, beating of a true gentleman. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Doctor. Appreciate you.
Well, now, Doug, you have to know that I asked Jose how he got out of Allie's belly button.
We did.
How
Oh,
did he?
yes, we did ask him that.
Did you really? How did he get out? It was in a
Swear to
rope ladder in KY.
Oh, he just broke down
Oh my
laughing.
God, it's bad.
We did ask him.
It was so fun.
I'm just maybe like some mints and some diet soda and blow his ass out of there. Like, you know what I mean?
Mentos.
Mentos and Diet Coke. Oh, there's holy shit! Could you imagine?
That's so funny.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of a rope ladder. I was gonna connect like 2 or 3 people. If you just held their feet and you stuck her down Allie's belly button, and have like a straw or something, and you can just like pour down liquid into Jose's throat. I mean, there was a ways to keep him alive in there. I know. Could have kept him in Allie's belly button, which he probably should have stayed in there. He'd have been safer for him.
Yeah. It probably would.
I wasn't sure that was really going to catch on as much as it did.
Oh, it did.
Here, matter of fact, check out this new avatar I got. It's beautiful.
Thank you, Vet Girl. Thank you, hon. Oh, I'm in here. Well, what was it? Not. I'm trying to think of her name. She said she was under her porch. Someone help me. I can't think. I've got a quote right now, and I've got like,
under the
Oh,
porch.
that
Gives
under
me
the
a little
driveway.
bit more than being under a porch.
she said she's under her porch the whole time. She was on her panel the other day.
Oh, Chasing Truth.
Chasing Truth. God.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes. I can't even hardly hear myself right now with my head being so like congested.
Did you? I just got over that. I had an ear infection. It was like I had like this ball in my
It's
throat
one
right here.
nostril and one ear.
Yeah, I had to. Yeah, I could not breathe or talk on one side. It felt like
Terrible.
And it's in. You know what I took is Mucinex for a day and a half, and it was boom.
Yes.
Up,
I
down.
I need to take some Mucinex.
Yeah, Mucinex will help you a lot. I actually suggested that to Don when he's like, "Yeah, my fucking eardrum's busted. I can't hear out of this ear." Well, then use the other one, Don. Like, I don't know why you had the phone to that bad ear anyway, dum dum. Like switch ears. Yeah, I guess the way they hug it out is a good smack to the side of the head before bed. There's no loving in that house, and if there is, it's some.
I mean, sadly, in that house, I mean, probably you just about went deaf by the time you're, 4 or 5 years old from, I'm sure, the abuse of slapping upside the head all the time. It's terrible.
Don't break my fucking eardrum, Candace. Yeah, I think she definitely gave him a good wallop upside of the head.
Yes. Chasing's here.
I want to know who gave him the black eye, like the first time he ever had a black eye.
Ooh.
And like nobody would talk about it.
Who's black eye?
Don's.
When was that?
Oh,
We all
it
have
was
PTSD over this, so it's hard to remember it all.
It was it was before the toilet scene.
I think drywalling's a dangerous industry. Right. But he might have poked himself in the eye with a stick or something.
I don't know. Somebody dotted him good.
Well, Don doesn't see. Probably one of the drug dealers he was trying to throw under the bus, right? Look at Don threw it. Like Don went straight after the heavy hitters right away, right? He went after every one of his connects. It was the only way he could get to the house to get a 20 sack on the front and be able to search for his daughter. Like, you know, he was telling the cops, "I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna go through these tweakers' house or these meth dealers' house." And Don pretends he didn't even know what a meth addict was, right? But Don's been an addict his whole life. He's the first person that'll steal your shit and help you look for it. Don't lie, right? Don't
Yeah,
lie
that's
about it, Don.
That's him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm really hoping the grand jury, like, I hope that, like, I don't want them to rush this case, Doug, you know, but I want it to be over as well, you know. But I I also want to find Summer before they charge.
That's the goal, right? That's the ultimate goal, is to find Summer, and that's why we've never stopped, and a lot of us haven't, and stayed the course, right? Like a lot of people say, we have to keep our heads down and not veer off onto all of these different people at some point, also because what's important is, where is Summer? Where
Right.
could she be? Right, 3 to 30 miles away is my thought, and it's still possible. I don't know if they moved her out of state, but we're missing a pillowcase and a black tote. Um, you know what I mean? Like, she's small enough to put in a pillowcase. Where's that pillow that was under her? It was never in a picture. It was talked about, but where's that damn pillow and pillowcase? Get rid of the pillow, use the pillowcase. You put Summer in that, wrap that thing up, and then there you go. Throw that in a tote and move along, right?
You said we're missing a black tote?
Yeah, there was a black tote in Grandis's car, and we haven't seen that yet.
Oh, wow.
But they said they kept arts and crafts in it or something, but like, I'm having a hard time believing that. Point two.
Yeah, I'm having a. I mean, I think Grandis, everything that she owns is in the back of that bus, pretty much, right?
Yeah, and pretty much the closet room for any other clothing, apparently, because that's where Summer's outfit was, right? That's where that's where they got the outfit to put on her that day, because she doesn't like to get cold, the long sleeve and everything. That was already in Grandis's car.
Jose said that was the nicest outfit he had ever saw.
Of hers.
Sunrain.
Wow. And that's an $18 outfit from Walmart, just so you know. It's a full outfit for $18 from Walmart.
Thank you, Danny Makes Things. TBI says Summer was last seen by a credible witness outside walking away from home. Who's a credible witness in this story? Seriously asking.
Credible does not have anything to do with anybody in this case.
Bingo.
Not a
Well-
single soul.
Not a single one.
Allie, Sherry, Great Grandbun, Leslie, none of them told the truth, right?
Great grand.
Hunter, yeah, Great
Sounds-
Grandbun, it's too tight. She can do a hell of a mini beehive or whatever it's called, but like, damn it, little wasp nest top of her head. It was funny when she was explaining the dogs, though. If you heard her, she actually did this. And she had like a cigarette in her mouth too. It was hilarious.
She's
Great.
See, up until JR released that interview, I always thought Grandbun was Allie's mom.
No, Sherry's the one that talks like this.
Yeah, she's the one that keeps her hands in her.
Maybe one day you can come here, but
She got like a voice box and shit. Like, you're like, oh my God, who's talking? Is that Donald Duck or is that? And they all talk at the same time. But like, what I did get out of her is that Donnie's got some possible problems coming for, one of Allie's daughters, right? Because Sherry has control of Allie's daughters. I don't know if you guys know this, but Allie's lost her kids, and Sherry's the one that takes care of them, right? She's got, and that's why you heard Sandra, because like she had her kid that day. Sandra's one of her daughters,
Mhm.
but the other daughter, I guess, apparently was given drugs and alcohol at Donna Candace's, and then SA'd. And so there seems like there might be another charge coming against Donnie Boy, right? Mary came on the other night on my channel, Mary Hartman, and she was also on my channel last night, talking about, she was in Ogden, Utah today, so she was actually taking video. So if you guys go to Mary's channel later, you guys will see some video of where Donnie was, possibly also, because there's a place where she said a long time ago that where Donnie possibly may have, buried her in Utah, because he knows that area or whatever. And so I don't believe that one, but I do believe there is something to the pillowcase that we've never seen. Like that's more to me than the phone. Like if we could find out where that pillow and pillowcase is, 'cause Benny did
At the very least, they would have hopefully some DNA on it, right? Or
right.
something.
Either that it could have DNA from Candace and Hunter being alone in the back seat earlier that day too, right? So that pillow had to get rid of, right? There's a good chance
Yep.
to protect an SA incident because we all know that they were getting down like James Brown. You know what I mean? So I don't mean to be Captain Obvious, but like you guys know that Candace. I mean,
I think everybody has long suspected that, and I have some screenshots of Candace talking really sick to Hunter. Very inappropriate stuff.
right. And this is Hunter's dad.
I wasn't going to get involved in the petty. I wasn't going to get involved with all the hicka boo boo bobo bullshit. With all the hicka boo boo bobo bullshit.
What's up with all these sayings with these people too? Like this is starting to get out of control. These characters are becoming real life characters. This is a movie being written in front of our eyes. Like literally, it just doesn't have an ending yet. This is a movie. Like, come on, everything in this. I'm the only one who can play fucking Don because he's talking in jail. You know what I'm fucking saying? But anyway, like he's like, if anybody needs a voiceover for Don, I'm it. I know, but like,
you could get that. You could. You worked on it.
I got a fucking Netflix deal right now, Bubba. I'm getting out of here. I'm going to the big time, Bubba. We're out of here. We're going to the Bahamas. We're gonna celebrate. Body shots, Bubba. Body shots. Can you imagine Pruno body shots in jail? I'm just thinking like. It's that was story to me. It's more a story of of Don being in jail with Bubba now than anything else. Oh Lord.
Oh my God. Like
Okay, did you say that Sherry has custody of Allie's kids?
Yes.
Well, Sherry's got child abuse, neglect, endangerment charges.
too, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
They all do. I'm sure everybody in that town does.
Yeah, because we was ICU and we were talking about that this morning.
See, CPS is a huge deal. That's why Summers Law that we're trying to create is such a big deal. It's because it's 50 states of CPS, right? Regulation. It's about making sure that they're staffed properly, funded properly, and doing the right thing for our kids, right? This should have never got this far with Summer and her brothers.
Yeah.
Should have never got this far.
No.
Right?
Thank you, Muscles and Mascara. Very kind. Thank you, hon. Yeah, it just got way out of hand.
And they never thought that Summer was going to become our daughter, right?
Yeah, they had no idea. They thought it was just going to potentially be something like Rose Bly, or something when she went missing, because
that's another thing. What do you think the correlation to this case to that case is?
I don't know. I don't even know if there
is there one.
I don't think there is. I think it's there's just a lot of effed up people in the family, and crazy things happened.
Maybe a poll would be good right now.
I don't know how to do a poll.
Oh, okay. I'll teach you. And yes, you do. Don't lie. When you just said that,
I know how to do that poll, honey.
You said that with a straight face, and I almost believed you.
Wrong poll, honey.
That's what I love about you. You're just down to earth, and like I tell you what, like you help bring the funny, and you know what to get to another community that you have reached to. Also, I'm not gonna lie, to have that community and support and stuff like that is just amazing. And I just love you for the fact that you just you. You know what I mean? That's the fact, and that is fact, right? And if you guys can't dig that, then you guys can FTFO, right? That's what
exactly.
That's what I say. You know what I mean? And how dare BK even come after? Like I told him, and I got something coming for him. Don't you worry. You just all you guys just sit back and watch and enjoy. Grab your popcorn. I single-handedly spin him around like a basketball. Don't you?
He's a mess. He's a mess.
Got it.
I mean, he's just
Well, the next video I make is going to be the worst because it's about Summer Wells and it's all of his text messages to this person about Summer Wells and the family and all the stuff that he was doing behind the scenes that was nasty. So just like in the other case, so I'm going to make sure that we handle that. So we just stay the course with Summer. Don't let that guy throw in any curveballs to any of you guys, right?
It doesn't work with me. It does not work with me, Doug. It doesn't.
I don't want you guys, anybody to ever feel hurt or ever put a gun in your mouth.
Listen, I would have to value his opinion to be hurt. You know what I mean? Like he would have to be someone if I admired him or respected him or anything, then I would be hurt. You know what I mean? People I care for on here, then I would be hurt. But somebody like that who has attacked literally every single creator across the board, I'm just not going to, because look at him.
Right? It's like this is the guy you're dealing with, right? Hold on. We're going to talk about this guy. 1 second. Is this it? He's got a spelling issue also. I don't know if you know that. First of all, this is how he gets rich on YouTube.
You're rich on YouTube? This is how you do it. 1, find you a tragedy involving a child. Any tragedy. 2, exploit that motherfucker to the last dog's hunt.
Yeah, that's somebody I want looking for my kids.
This is his third case that he has literally got involved.
Yep.
With the mothers.
Yep. Definitely weirdo, right? He's definitely he's a detriment to these cases. The longer these cases go, it's the better it is for him, right? And that's not what we want.
No.
Not what we want. It's not what we need.
No.
This is how good he is.
Bitch, you don't know the difference between misery and Missouri. You don't know the difference between T-H-E-R-E or T-H-I-E-R.
The idiot even spells it in the air, and he can't even spell out there and there right. He's like spelling tweaker out in the air, like. And he did like an online 12-step program for Don and Candace. Did you hear about that?
No.
Oh yeah, he was upset because I got Don and Candace $300,000 worth of rehab.
Yes.
They turned it down, right? Candace is still available, right, to get hers. She doesn't want it. It still doesn't want it. It's amazing.
They're not interested.
Not interested, right?
They're just not
interested. So you can see that the 12-step online program hasn't really worked, and it never was intended to be a workable program for them, right? Because once Don got to jail, like that was the best thing we could have had happen, right? Because we cut the ties between the bearded fool and Don, where they can't do these fake question answers anymore and throw them up like they're godlike, you know?
No.
It's all it is. They both turn to God in the time of need. They don't pray every day like you should.
Absolutely.
So
jailhouse.
Jail, exactly. Bubba talk. You know, both of them are okay with being in jail. That's where they belong, though. So, like Don, I hope he never gets out. I don't think he will. I honestly don't think he'll get out ever. I really think by the time the 6 months comes around, if he in fact does his classes, there's a good chance that they may be filing from Utah already, because especially with an 8th case coming in, this is something that they're going to have to handle, right?
Yeah.
6 family members, 2 non-family members. That's fucking disgusting. Excuse my language. It's disgusting.
Well, it's just getting. I mean, God knows how many more there is.
Right? They keep coming out like Bill Cosby had coming out, and like Ron Jeremy. Look at this. That's what it is, right, man? It's this is something that it's gift passed down, right? Like Don passed it down to Donald Wesley Wells. Donald Wesley Wells is a pedo, right? Mm-hmm. And so then we got where does the list go down to? Right next, you got Josie. Really, to be honest, and then now where does that take us? That takes us into problem with Summer, right? If she's left at home with the boys that morning and they sleep between 9 and 12 if you let them, right? And Candace leaves them home that morning and she's out with her little fling with Hunter while her mom's at the hospital. Something bad could have happened to Summer, right? That morning or the night before.
Well, I mean, why did she? I mean, who takes their you know, their friend, their ex-friend's child with them, and they take one child but leave the others home?
or drive 110 miles an hour chasing after Jose with his son Josie in the car, right? That's a danger in itself,
I would love to find those body cams,
right?
but
Well,
God knows.
we can request any body cams of we
Yeah,
can
well, yeah,
if
with
they
the
have we can
FOIA,
yeah,
but
the
you got
Freedom
to
of
know like
Information Act.
you got to know where it is.
Right. Well, you just gotta know what a county it is.
That's
If
I
you can
know.
figure out county, then we could figure out. We can work on that on the background too. I can help with that. But I think that those, I mean, everything will help. But to be honest with you, everything's in front of our face. All the characters, all the people that we should be looking at, and it's not a digital device as a phone. I mean, the other digital evidence is very important, like the stores, the Walgreens, the Sonic, like all like the hippie house. All of that is important. That digital evidence. But
Of
that
course.
one phone, that Dom's one phone that got copied when he went to jail, they already know what's on that phone. Man, they're not stupid. You could walk. Don could walk by somebody at that police station, and one of the TBI or FBI agents could have walked by and copied his phone onto their phone without him knowing. It's not. They're not that stupid, is what I'm saying. They are on top of the phone.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. I mean, they got everything bugged there probably.
right. Right. No, I agree, and I just can't get off. I just can't keep going with the walk off theory at this point. I can't keep going with the abduction theory at this point. A planned abduction theory, different to me than abduction theory.
Of
Like
course.
a
It's
plan to me, like
premeditated.
that could have been a possibility. But to be honest with you, I don't see the walk off theory happening unless Candace got mad at her when they were outside potting cactus. Right? She's like, "I hate you. I wish you were never born." Yeah, go ahead and leave. See if anyone even notices. Right? That could be a possibility of why a little girl would leave. Right? Walk off. You got a mom yelling at her like that, or brothers saying that when she goes inside and they don't want her to play with. I mean, her toys were upstairs already. Like when they went to Park Cactuses, her toys were already upstairs. Why would she go downstairs to play with toys if her toys were already upstairs?
Well, and I don't see Candace going downstairs or then coming back. What? First of all, I don't see her walking her over to the house to begin with, and watching her go through, the kitchen and everything, and say, "Boys, watch your sister." I don't see her saying that to begin with. I don't see her saying, going down the stairs and automatically freaking out that her daughter is missing and abducted immediately.
Right.
That's not who Candace is. She's not just going to walk down the stairs and be like, "Oh, here, your daughter, my daughter's missing." That's not Candace's behavior.
No, and she's not a helicopter mom at all. She's not
No.
neither one of them are parents of the year. They're like worst parents of the year or decade. Like honestly, they're not. Well, they're just bad people. They're not good parents, and they're horrible people with no values, no morals, and really no understanding because of what a friendship really is. Right? All their friendships are drug buddies. Think about it. There's no real friendships that they have in their lives.
Mhm.
Don says, "I work all the time. I work all day and all night."
Right.
That's not true.
Because he's
Not
coked
true.
up.
Right. And then he has his days where he's doesn't come home because he's sleeping at the work site. But is he really sleeping there, or is he going out and getting crack and hookers and then going to work the next morning? Like, I don't know. Their relationship is bad. Like it was just being held together with them needing each other. Now that Don's gone and the kids are gone, they don't need each other.
Yeah.
They don't. They don't need each other. Candace is not getting any money from Don. This is the most money Candace has ever made in her life, just so you know.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, tax free too. Like this is the most
I
money
mean,
she's ever made.
she's never made a dime for herself that I could probably think of. I mean, has she ever worked a public job?
She was working for Tucker and Don at one point for a little bit, but I don't.
I'm sure they just throw her a 20 or $40, or you know what I mean.
Right. I thought you were talking about 20 sack. She'd be happy with either one.
Yeah, she'd probably be happier with the later. Yeah.
I hope everybody that donates to her on a regular basis thinks about it when they hit that time clock. They're going to work for Candace.
Or
And it makes
they're handing her past to the grave, right?
right.
One of the two,
Yeah. Yeah, enabling her.
right?
Uh
The worst thing you can do to an addict, right, is continue to feed them money. I mean,
The
that's one of the things that I can pick on the list that's not good to do, right?
Yeah,
Not a good idea.
it's crazy.
My theory is at this point is that there had to be something done. I think CPS plays a big play in this. I believe that Candace knows more than Dawn, and Candace knows more than Grandis. I think Candace may be the only one that knows where Summer's located.
It's possible.
I don't think she's. I think she's smart enough, criminally wise, not to tell anybody. Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's why we wanted to get her to rehab and split Dawn up, because truth serum's a bitch once
Oh, it is.
once these doctors
Yes,
start
it
giving you this medication, right? And you just start talking
Yes.
up a storm. So Candace, I mean,
You
at this
could
point,
be-
I could care less if you get sober, because we know that you already promised that you'd never drink again or anything, and get on your kid's life, and you already did that. You already broke.
Yeah, I'll never harm them again. Is that what she said? Or I'll
Yeah,
never.
I'll never do anything to hurt them again. And that, what does that mean though? Like what does hurt? Like physical harm, or what kind of harm? Right? There's too
Well-
many telltale signs when she gets hammered, like when she's not drinking, but she's hiding it like this. Right? She wasn't even a good cover. It looked like she was grabbing the balls, like it was like of the cup. What the hell's going on? And
You're funny, Doug.
trying to sneak it. Don't sneak it. Just take it.
I mean, it was just embarrassing. And the other day, she was. Never mind. I'll just say it.
It's all bad. It's all bad.
It's all
But-
bad.
but
It's
yeah,
all bad.
this was some type of. I mean, the best thing that they could have happened was an accident, right? Would have got them out of everything. If an accident would have happened, and they'd be like, "Listen, she got caught under a log and drowned, and we couldn't get to her in time," or something, right? An
Yeah.
accident theory could have been the best outcome for Dawn and Candace.
Yeah.
That's just why I don't see it as an accident right now. I mean,
I mean, the
that
only way I can
accidental
see it as
thing.
if it was an accident is if, Dawn had possibly done something to her in the past and they checked. I don't know. I mean, that's the only way I could see it being some type of accident, or they didn't want to get in trouble for something else.
right? Or since she wasn't seatbelted properly, they slam on the brakes and she breaks her neck on the seat in front of her or something, and
Possibility.
there's no blood, but there's the dead girl that's laying on milk. You never know. I mean, why was she in the middle with no booster at that weight anyway? That's not right. She should have been still in a booster seat, and possibly a backed booster seat, because she's so light. Still, she was
Yeah.
30 pounds.
Yeah.
Right? 50 to 60 pounds is when you can actually be like sitting comfortably in a booster or out of the booster at that point. Like,
Yeah. You have to meet height and weight requirements.
and it's been, I mean, my kids are now going to be 13 and 16 here in a few days. And so like it's been a while since they've been in car seats, but I'll tell you, I was very involved the whole time up to this date in their lives and car seats and everything. And I can tell you that even my oldest, he was 80 pounds when I finally took him out of the booster. I think it was 80. And I just make sure, that there was no booster. There was nothing for her. I mean, we didn't even see the pillow they talked about. That's what's concerning to me. There's no pillow we ever saw. And
Exactly.
if there was a pillow, was there a pillowcase on it?
Or was that pillow by the river too?
We
You know,
heard.
what-
I was told that when Candace had to pee while driving, she'd just sit on the.
I know. I heard that.
You heard that too? It's better to be pissed off than pissed on, unless you're in the shower. People. That's all I'm saying.
No, wait a minute. Are y'all being for real? Did you really hear that?
Well, I
about
wouldn't lie.
her-
I wouldn't lie about that.
She had
Oh
to.
my
She would just pee through the. Yeah.
Exactly right.
That is disgusting.
Welcome to the big time, ICU.
Oh my Lord, I could have gone the rest of my life without hearing that.
Yeah.
I mean, these bladder
We
problems
could.
are just amazing too. I mean, Candace isn't even 40 yet.
I know. It's like how many? He's had a.
I've never. I mean, I've had to pee before in a car, but never. I mean, never had to just stop and just be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go on a pillow."
Yeah, but
Yeah,
God,
let me-
boys, you can give them a pop bottle or something. You'd be like, pee here or something.
Get out of the car. I just get out of the car and stand there
Yeah.
and pretend like I'm looking out my own window.
Yeah.
You just got to make sure you got to like
Hey.
switch hands once in a while so people don't think you're just holding it with one. You know what I mean? It just
I
But
swear,
yeah.
I think I would let my bladder bust before I did anything like that.
She should put on her wish list the bumper dumper. It's like a toilet seat that you could put on your bumper. And it just
Right.
hooks on and you can just sit on your bumper and it's a bumper
Yeah.
dumper. That's
Or
what
you
she
could just have like a hole and just have like a toilet seat in the car and it just goes right out on the road or something. Or
did. That's even better, right? I would just go with a 5-gallon bucket in a trash bag. I would go with let's start with that. And then we
Boy.
get creative.
Hey. Yeah.
It's a fecal matter either way, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It really is.
Pretty crappy. Pretty crappy. So
Are you going live tonight, Doug?
yeah, I'm gonna do a live in a few hours. I'm actually gonna go take a Winston for a couple mile walk. I need to get my mind right and kind of get some air in my head,
Get in the zone.
some fresh air. But I wanted to come on because number one, I think you're killing it in these
Thank you.
cases, and I'm glad that you're sticking to the script. Meaning, we're going after the timeline, we're going after the people. We're not
Yeah.
going after a stupid phone or a unicorn or a purple clover or
No.
unicorn.
I mean, honestly, in cases, generally, it really is the most simple, logical thing. But
Right.
in this case, there could be a lot, but there is a lot of stuff that really doesn't matter that people are just trying to put out as content as well.
I'd say by month 14 also with circumstantial evidence. We're in month 9 right now. I would say it wouldn't be past month 14 that we get an arrest if it's circumstantial arrest.
Yeah.
I'd
I
say
would
about
agree
month
with that one.
14 would be about the time we're going to hear stuff. So you guys don't get too upset if we don't get a resolution to this like this month or next month because it's coming. It is coming, and
Yeah.
justice for Summer is a real thing. It's real deal, and I ain't stopping. Justice ain't stopping. ICU ain't stopping. Molly ain't stopping. A lot of people ain't stopping until
Oh no.
we get a resolution, and I can say that for a fact.
Yeah, I mean, we would rather you wait and have a solid case than them just arrest someone and then be like Barry Morphew, maybe, and they, gotta
We
move
just don't
on.
want to screw it up. We don't want to screw it up. We want
Yes.
the best possible outcome for this little girl, and I think they're on their way to getting it right now. There's nothing else we could do. We can't. There's nothing we can do there, right? There's nothing we can go there and actually do to those people. There's no.
I
you
mean,
could go. You could go and drive the timeline out and do that stuff, but there's nothing you can do to the people. Everything's being done.
I mean,
and
there's no more interviews. You know what I mean? As far as like they are going there, because everybody's talked, everybody's.
the
but
only thing you're going to get is more mumbo jumbo to throw into the case. These people will just keep going because this is the most stardom they've ever had as well, right? Money and stardom.
yeah,
Once this case is over, who's going to go care what they have to say?
yeah,
Nobody's going to care what Candace Bly has to say. Her channels will be gone anyway. You can't do your channels from jail. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to matter at that point, right? Might as well just Cash App gang it up right away as much as you can right now, right? Or they pull the
sad.
plug. So,
It's sad. It really
Yeah.
is.
yeah. At the end of the day, I believe though the website and the Don Wells Family Official site is probably the Bearded Wonder site. To be honest with you, they're probably his. Don never wanted a YouTube, right? Candace did. Don never did. So think about it. That you got more sites to battle still. You got more people to get off the internet. But
God, it's just disturbing how many child peas there are in the world, Doug. Ugh,
let alone in our community, watching
yeah,
to make their next move on another. Be a just because the child's deceased or gone doesn't mean they're still not being preyed on.
absolutely.
I mean that they're being preyed on, and their families are being preyed on, or their families are just never cared in the first place, right? And
It's disgusting.
Well, we know why. We know why Cash Gernon able to be taken out of that house is because that bitch was always on drugs and she couldn't lock her doors or stay awake long enough during the day to see who's coming in and going out of that house, uh, or do things right. So that could have been all um, all avoided, right? Especially if she knew that dude already went over and tried to take another little girl and had to punch an old man in the face, right? Come on, I don't mean to be Captain Obvious, but there's signs. And she also did drugs with Darian Brown, right? And possibly had relations with him as well. So, um, you know what I mean? That's not how you take care of a victim. You know, that's a suspect, and she's sus to me. So, in this case, everyone's suspect, like we said, but Tim Owens never was a suspect. Again, people.
Yeah.
So
I
if
don't
you guys
think
want to
Tim
make
has
him
any-
one, do your own investigation. But
Tim has
bringing him into
nothing
it
to do
now,
with
it's
this.
too much.
I don't think Tim has nothing to do with this. I don't think
Mm-mm.
a lot of people that's said has anything to do with this. I mean, they may have, you know, s- some sketchiness in them and stuff, but I don't think they were there when Summer went missing June 15th. No.
Right, and I don't think Don was there. To be honest, I think it's Candace and Grandis would be my and Hunter would be my main focus, kind of out of the realm, and then the families, both families, Hunter's family and Wells family. So I mean, I'm looking at all those people still. I'm not even that much still looking into Jody Sue and Andy as much as I, because here's the deal with Andy. He could have been on camera during the whole missing thing, right? But where was he after that? Could he
Right.
have moved the body? He could have moved the body.
It wasn't Andy. I do
Right.
not think it was Andy.
But there's no way you can put him into that timeline that makes sense though. You know,
Right.
I can't make it make
It
sense.
doesn't fit.
So
It's not-
they've been pushed out. Not even the lights, or even the hill, Fred Hill. Like they to me they're gone too. Like, so what if you want to sell some pills and some meth? Do your thing, Fred Light or Hill,
Right.
whatever your name is. Do that. It's fine. But like I don't see anybody taking her, not even the druggies in that holler. Those the druggies at that house. That's it.
That's it.
And
Right.
do you think Don had something to do with the cover up, or he just was completely clueless?
I think they only told Don enough that Don can't fuck it up. Don's a career criminal and he's not good in anything. He gets caught for everything. From sales from Mexico to domestics to everything to robbing places, armed robbery. Like Don's just the guy who always gets caught. Last thing you would do is give Don the chance to screw it up for you, right? So I think that's why he's so good at sticking to the script. And he was so like, she had to be abducted. You know, Candace wouldn't lie to me. Like he was just anything he was getting told. That 45-minute conversation they had on the messenger when he was on his way home. I would have loved to have been a fly on that phone to listen to that.
Yes.
That 45 minute
yes.
plays a big key in that 2 to 4 hours of missing as well, right? That we're missing. So if we can put that conversation together, and then we know how far Candace could have got out. Actually, like, did she drive 45 minutes out of direction or an hour out of
Left
direction?
twice, right?
Right, and be able to come back. And when did she take Summer with her? If she did, was it when she sent the boys to the hill? And Grandis was like, I was worried for them, like someone was going to take them, right?
Right.
And
And
then
then
Candace-
Grandis was sleeping.
Right? Yeah, I placed Grandis at home in my theories several times since December or a little before that, where she wasn't even with them that day, until, she got dropped off after the morning time. Like, there's a lot of theory, just two theories that make really good sense to me, but I just can't place where the accident happened or where the actual thing happened. Hunter's just a major witness or a major suspect. That's all too. So
Yes. Sometimes it's hard to know where that's the thing. We don't know exactly where it happened. Did it happen at the river? Did it happen at the house? Did it happen somewhere else?
in the car could have been like slamming on the brakes. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a car accident where there's any kind of damage to a car, but a slamming of the brakes and a 5-year-old going headfirst into the back seat. Because remember, Hunter didn't remember where he was sitting all day.
Yeah.
He couldn't remember where he was in the car, and that's kind of tough to me in my head as well. Like, how do you not know where you were sitting?
Yeah. It's
And he could have been the one that took that milk video. I don't know. I still can't put that voice to anybody. It's Leslie. It could be Allie. It could be Hunter or Grandis. Those are the four that it comes to my head that I can't figure out.
I don't know.
Something to look into though. But I just want to say I appreciate you. I'm so happy you're growing and you deserve it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for also being around in my chat, you guys, and
We
I
love
just
you
adore
guys.
you guys. So thank you so much for having me, and I look forward to seeing you guys later. And I'm always here if you need me. for sure.
Thank you, Doug. Likewise.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
All right, guys. Much love and respect. Thank you again.
Much love. We'll see you in chat
You-
later.
All right.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, guys. Well, there we have it. We will be definitely talking more. If you guys haven't, can you put Doug's a link to his channel in there as well? Also, tomorrow, Chris will be having Jose at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And he will be questioning Jose and talking about, what Jose knows and all of that. And also to help try to clear his name, hopefully a little bit, that he has no, predator stuff, whatever. I don't like
Right.
to
I
say
mean,
the freaking word even.
hopefully he can, hopefully everybody will believe him.
Well, I don't know if everybody will, but I think it will show our credibility here. That we're never going to, no matter what, we're never going to call someone something that they're not. If we do say something like that, I'm obviously going to retract it, but I'm never going to intentionally say something like that, knowing that it's wrong. These are people's lives. Every one of these people involved in this situation, these are people's lives. And it's very important that we take into account that fact. So,
Right. I mean, there's nothing with Don, of course we've said it about him, but there's something to back it up.
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there's about how many women to back it up. And honestly, his own words, stating that.
Exactly.
So, but, we're not going to call anyone that without, well, especially showing someone else's record and saying it's that person.
Oh, that's so ridiculous.
Never going to happen. Never going to happen. Make
No.
sure these people are the correct people before you blast it out into the universe, So that's that. But I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Oh, thank you, Kate McLeod. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hey, Molly, if you're in here, Molly's my girl. That girl, thank you so much. It is all in the beginning. 1-800-TBI find. That girl, I did email you, by the way. Thank you, Dr. Latina. There's a fine line between predator and questioning behaviors. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, Instagram. I appreciate you guys. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great evening. Go enjoy some fresh air. Enjoy time with your family. I know we get wrapped up in this sometimes, but sometimes we just have to take time out and breathe. Thank you for becoming a member here. Appreciate you. Thank you, Iris. You're always just a joy. Thank you, hon. Thank you all for being here. If you guys haven't hit the like button, I would greatly appreciate it. Hitting the thumbs up button, or consider subscribing to our channel if you haven't already. So, all right, guys, please have a great evening. God bless each and every one of you. Bye.